Be quiet.
Any of their fault?
Be
Is it
quiet.
any of, you know what
Stop.
I'm talking
Stop.
about? Like, is it somebody else's fault other than, you know, everybody else that's outside of Chicago?
Nah, ain't no nothing. You doing
Well,
stuff
I
back.
did an interview with Abdul Robinson Sr.,
Stop and
who
hurt
most people
yourself.
know as Queso's dad. Are you familiar with this case?
Man, hey, everybody else say things about Blue, but I'ma tell you, if my son, he don't tell me that he killed somebody and I pick him up, boy, hey, look, I'm gonna holler through the wall. Hey, look, you got 10 minutes to tell the law enforcement what the fuck you did to get me up out of there. If you don't, I gotta tell him. Ain't no, he 40 years old or 50 years old. He done lived this life. Nah, that's bullshit, man. You gotta tell me so I know how to work this shit, bro. If you don't tell me, you going to jail, man. That's just bottom line, man. And a lot of people be saying this shit. Oh man, his daddy bogus. Hey, let your son do some stupid shit and then he jump in your car and see how you feel. Any one of the rappers. Like for real, man. Like we gotta get out that distorted thinking shit, man.
I mean, look, I did his first interview, and we went through the whole story, and it was hard to really justify sitting there in jail for the rest of your life for trying to help your, son's friends get away with a murder that you weren't even aware was happening. You're absolutely right. Someone jumps in a car and says, I just kidnapped this old lady and we just killed somebody. Help us get away. You actually do it, then you end up facing 30 years. And you're supposed to be quiet because they're not doing a plea deal that'll get you out of that situation? Because that's what happened. He said that he spoke to the DA, and the DA said, listen, if your son accepts this plea deal, we'll let you out the case. But the son didn't want to accept the plea deal, went to court, lost. So you think that if Queso had stepped forward and said, look, I'll take a 30-year plea deal, but part of that deal is to let my dad out the situation, they probably would have done it?
I know they would have done it. They told me they would have done it. They told me all Queso got to do is come in here and get y'all out of here.
And then there you have it. Life in prison, no parole. You expect everyone to go down over something you did? You're not taking any responsibility to get your dad out and actually try to help? I don't know, man. Me and Boosie argue about this, but honestly, I'm on Blue's side when it comes to this.
Man, let Tootie do something and call Boosie and Boosie them pick him up. Boosie gonna be on this motherfucker and set it off. He ain't gonna, it's easy to say that what you would do until it happened, until somebody do that shit, man. But with Blue, like I don't care what Blue did outside of this, we talking about this case. It clearly shows that his son called his son's friends, called him to a house where they had somebody hostage. And they didn't tell him that he ain't supposed to go down for them on everything. Shout out Blue, man. I don't care what he did before that and all the other shit. We talking about this case. His other son agreed with him too, Crazy K. I seen him write a post saying, why would he go to jail for some shit that he got called into? Like, why would he go to jail for it?
Okay, so this situation, you have kids, right?
Yeah.
You have sons?
Yeah.
Okay, one of your sons calls you, said, picks me up. Dad, pick me up. No details. You pull up at the address, he jumps in the car and says, I just killed someone, help me get away. What do you do at that moment?
Bro, you gotta get out the car, bro. You gotta get out the car, bro. I ain't gonna lie. You gotta get out the car, bro. Hey, look, cause someone out there ass, they going off which car just came here and went there. So that's how they gonna connect me and my car. Cause they gonna look and see, ain't no other car that rolled past and came past but this car. So I'm connected now. Now my phone and all this shit is jammed up with him right here. Like, I can't go, man. You gonna have to get out the car, bro. Like, if you a real killer and a gangster, you wouldn't even put your father or your mother or nobody involved with your shit. You would take your weight. It was mine. I did it, But these young motherfuckers ain't taking no weight. They blaming everybody else. They'll let the whole cop go to jail for one gun. It'll be 9 people in a van. One gun. Nobody don't want to take the gun, man. They want everybody to go to jail with them, man. Like, it's crazy, man.
Yeah, because I was thinking, what would I do? Would I just get out the car and say, I don't know nothing about this, take the car? But then again, now you're tying yourself into it also. Now it looks like you're giving him a getaway car. That's still accessory after the fact. The only thing you could really do is say, get out the car or we'll go into my lawyer's office to turn yourself in.
Yep. Them the
That's
only
it.
two
Those are the
options.
those are the only two choices. Because outside of that, you're tying yourself into a murder. And I don't care. People think at 50, you're just drooling on the bed, you don't even know what's happening in the world, and you might as well just go to prison anyways because you're damn near dead. Now, fuck all that. I'm 52. I'm just as active as when I was 22.
Yeah, who want to go to jail for the rest of their life for some stupid shit that you not sitting in prison and ain't nobody doing nothing for you? The person who you sitting there for ain't even sending you no money. Like what type of shit is that, man? And I know many people from Chicago who sit in jail for somebody else in prison in Menard, Stateville, and ain't nobody sent them the money. And everybody know that who did this. I know about that case. That case was sad, man.
Yeah.
I think
You think 20 years is enough?
nah, 20 years ain't enough. Cause if I would have did it, if I would have went to her house, played like I was helping that shot, I'd be in jail for the rest of my life. If anybody else would have did it, see in them small towns, they go off last names. The last names, the big names. His daddy probably was in law enforcement. His granddaddy. So they always get a break in those small towns. They always get a break, man, because somebody in law enforcement around them towns is some kin to each other. But 20 years is a smack to the face, man. And that lady said, you could tell, like, she was like, something was wrong with her. You could just tell. When she said, pray for me and all that, that shit scared me, man. But 20 years, I don't think so, man. There ain't no amount of money that you can accept that's gonna bring your kids back. Yeah, I'm gonna accept the money because my kid's gone, but like 20 years is smack to the face, man.
Well, yeah, in 2024, she called 911 because she thought her father was outside her home. She was a mother of two. She ended up getting fatally shot in the face when one of the officers showed up and thought that she was threatening him with a pot of hot water. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, sad, man. Sad situation. Sad situation. And you see a lot of these situations. Like, for example, the whole Renee Good, in Minnesota, where the ICE agent shot her. And depending on who you talk to, you get very different answers. Most people look at it and says, look, she was smiling. She didn't really know where to go. One officer told her to go this way. Another ICE officer told her to get out the car. I don't think she was trying to hit anyone with the car. I think maybe she drove over one of the guy's feet and then he just shot and killed her. But we just talked to Nicholas Irving, former sniper, and he said he probably would have done the same thing. He said, listen, you got to comply in situations like that. You shouldn't even really be out there in situations like that. And he kind of described how, yes, there's always been racism with certain groups of people, but these conservative whites, they don't like the liberal whites. They hate them worse than anyone. So when you have this liberal white lady being loud and whatever else, she's just as a target as anybody else.
She was a white liberal woman. Like, that's how you would classify her? You had a whole, I ain't gonna say, yeah, you know what I'm talking about, the whole little, the white liberal shit. And I'm like, then you got the others of that demographic who are not like that, very conservative. I don't even think that they like the liberals like that, their own demographic. I don't know, that's what I see. I think that your white conservatives don't fuck with the white liberals. So it's like two different people, I guess, in the same category. I don't know. I know my ass would have been, not shot. You gotta comply.
I mean, do you think that was a justified shooting or not?
I'm gonna say this: if they not looking for you, if they not coming for you, get out their way. Cause if you doing anything to tamper with they shit, you might die. They doing their job. So if you are American and you over here protesting, you protesting for shit on everything. I done been in jail, Vlad, for 9 months for a cigarette. I didn't see nobody outside. Hey, we need to get them out. I ain't see nobody outside Cook County, man. But everybody want to protest against ICE, man. Hey, look, if you legal over here, just stay in your lane, man. I know y'all want to be some superheroes, man, but superheroes get killed. You know, like for real, man. And ICE, hey, look, ever since they been taking the people, I ain't saying all the people that they taking, but hey, look, one apple could spoil a bunch. They over here killing people, y'all gotta go. If you over here illegal, you gotta go. Rules are rules. You know, rules are rules, man. If we was in their country and they say, oh man, Americans can't be over here, we first thing on plane smoking. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody gonna protest for us. So, hey, look, I just asked all my fellow Americans, man, if you are American and they not looking for you, get the fuck out their way, man. Cause them people, first of all, it's federal. So when they go to jail, if they do go to jail, a president can pardon them. They still beat your murder. So, you know what I'm talking about? Like, just stay out the way, man.
Well, you mentioned Cook County. What's the longest you spent in Cook County?
Longest I did in Cook County was 11 months.
Okay. Now, unfortunately, when I think of Cook County, I think of my Rico Reckless interview with the Glock Duke.
I'm tighten you up on that. Juice tail in that bitch.
Dookie gonna
From that bitch. What Glock Dookies in that bitch. Motherfucker, pull up on your ass with a Glock Dookie, right? I do Glock Dookie in front of the grave, toothpaste. That bitch got shit in it, piss in it, nut in it, shaving cream, all type of shit. Motherfucker, walk for your ass with that bitch. What? Move right now. Wait with your face.
They was doing all that, the sprays, violating you once you knocked out, sticking
Savage life.
Savage life, sticking pickles up your behind and all type of shit. They started doing that in like 2010, 2011, Savage life. Like when I was in the county, they was doing that. It was some more guys, ruthless though, who like Giorgio and them, these guys who be these that don't nobody know about, but they in the streets, they like digging in dirt now. But they the ones who started the Savage life shit, like, you know, started knocking people out and doing that shit. Then like the young generation just took it with you know, they love it. They do it all the time just for fun. Knock them out, get that butt. Like, you know, I ain't never heard nobody say that. When I say somebody get knocked out flat, and then when I heard some them say, he take it, and then he pulled down the pants, and him and his son pulled down the pants, and you know what I'm talking about, spitting it. I'm like, what? This what they doing? I'm getting up out of here. I'm coming out the next week. Like they raping people, man. That's a rape. That ain't no fucking fight. That's a rape. You violated somebody, bro. Like for real. They doing it for real, Vlad.
So you actually saw that happen?
Hell yeah, multiple times. Multiple times, especially in the bullpen when we go in the court. So there's people in there. So the guards, it's 3-4 guards walking back and forth. They ain't paying attention, man. Somebody got a toilet ace. Take it to the back. Knock him out, pull down his pants. Guards coming out the man with him. Got spit out, drooling down his ass, man. Like for real, bro. For real. They hitting people with you gonna be a sex offender. You get caught doing that shit. Like for real. They charge you.
That's because you are a sex offender.
That's crazy, man.
That is sexual assault.
And then they say they got girlfriends and shit. I don't know nobody who do that. Like, who want to do that. Like, me personally know them. Like, I done seen people do it, but I don't know nobody personally who, you know, be involved with that shit, man.
Yeah, that shit was honestly. Well,
soothe and nourish their sensitive skin with the power of oat. Aveeno Kids, it's oat armor.
A victory on the ice calls for an ice-cold celebration off of it. A superior smooth taste with flavor. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer.
Well, one more question before I let you go, because I just thought of this as you were talking. There was a video that went viral recently. J.R. Wood, I guess, was walking to a show, and some dudes was throwing up the rakes in front of him.
Oh yeah, trying to trick them off the streets. That's what they doing. That's what they doing, man. It ain't about no disrespect or none of that. Because if you know Herb them, like Herb them got GDs with them. Like he got a whole bunch of GDs that's from his block that's with them. So it ain't about no GD thing. It's just a trend. Like GD drop the rates. But when you out of town, some out of town places like down south and all that shit, they take that GD shit serious. Like they follow the rules and everything. So, you know, I just think that dude was, you know, trying to test her, throw up the rakes and wanted her to crash out. You know, lawsuits. People, it's all people wake up and figure out how they gonna get somebody. How they gonna destroy somebody's life, man. I know a couple of people who do that shit. I'm sleep with him and then say he touched me or something like that. Like I know people who actually did this shit. I lied on them, you know? Like, and they think that shit cool, man. It ain't.
Yeah, I think Herbo's response was, I better get 100 million before you get a house.
Yeah. But I'm glad Herb didn't do nothing, man, because he sure would have been, whatever happened to do, it would have been put on him. They would have made him pay for it.
Yeah, I just feel like some of these terms, especially once you get on any level, like, I remember when I interviewed Lil Zay Osama recently, and we talked about him saying GDK, and I was like, why is that even necessary at this point? You're calling yourself a gangster disciple killer. Like, same thing with Polo G, tweeting GDK and so forth. Like, yeah, I guess you don't really mean that, but some people are going to take it that way. But to be fair,
Yeah.
GDK stands for Gangster Disciple Killer.
To be fair, yes.
To be fair, that's the initials, right?
Yeah.
So let's just say I started doing interviews and I say, black man killer. But not y'all, just other black dudes that I don't like. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then when I run into a bunch of black guys in jail, I'd be like, listen, not y'all. I know I said black man killer in all my interviews and songs and all that, but I'm talking about some other black guys.
No, but see, this the street, so
Yeah, racist
niggas
that
understand
shit like that.
Shorty them GDK.
Okay, but clearly,
but they
Shit.
the fact that you go and do a whole explanation behind it, do you see the problem of saying stuff like that? Now that you're older and so forth.
I mean, I definitely see the problem with saying shit like that. Cause even my pops know.
Yeah. And depending on who you run into, you might get your jaw broke. They might not even warn you and snake you. Like, it's real GDs out here that don't play that shit. Like, you can go to Stateville or one of the real joints and say some BDK or some shit like that, and one of the OGs, they gonna smash you. What you say? Step in this room. On everything, bro. Like, they ain't playing about that shit, man. But you know, you the renegades and the free people who don't really care. They don't even know their literature. They just dropping rates and throwing up BD, saying them BD. They don't know no paperwork though. If you put them in a room and be like, who all know their literature? They gonna be like, what's that?
Well, that's what it is. Trenches News. Always a pleasure. Congrats on your success. I see your channel still popping, still getting views, still putting out content.
Atlanta is back on its bullshit. After the complete failure that was the YSL trial.
Yeah.
Man, she beat up good
Ladies and gentlemen, the time has come for the battle you've all been waiting for, the main event of the evening.
That same bold Louisiana flavor y'all love about our chicken?
Take this life.
Ladies and gentlemen, the time has come for the battle you've all been waiting for, the main event of the evening, the heavyweight championship of the world. And now please welcome the boxers as they make their way to the ring. First, the challenger from Baltimore, Maryland. She is the two-time super middleweight champion of the world, known as the heavy-hitting diva. Introducing world, Clarissa Shields.
That girl dangerous. That girl dangerous.
Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to Little Caesars Arena here in beautiful Detroit, Michigan for the featured bout of the evening, brought to you by Salida Promotions and Win Records in association with 313 Presents and sponsored by Zeus Network, Bet Online, OnlyFans, along with M-Select Luxury Water, Tough Sheds, SMT Financial, and Nothing But Sports. Our main event is sanctioned by the President Mauricio Sulaiman, Supervisor Frank Garza, by the WBA, President Gilberto Jesus Mendoza, and the Supervisor is Tina Malpartida. And the WBO, President Gustavo Olivieri, Supervisor John Duggan, and the IBF, President Daryl Peoples, Supervisor Melvina Lithen. Along with the Michigan Unarmed Combat Commission Supervisor is Scott Alhofer. Introducing our three judges scoring the action from ringside, we have Rose Gross, we have Waleska Roldan, and Martha Tremblay. Introducing our third woman in the ring, the referee in charge. She'll be giving instructions after the introductions, Sparkle Lee. All right, fans, here we go with the main event of the evening, 10 rounds of boxing for the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world. And now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance and boxing fans joining us around the world on DAZN, live from Detroit, Michigan, it's showtime! Introducing to you first the challenger on my right, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing red trunks and joining us from her home of Baltimore, Maryland. She weighed in at 174.2 pounds and holds a record of 10 wins, 2 losses, with 2 wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight making her first attempt at the heavyweight title and seeking to avenge her previous loss. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the former undisputed super middleweight world champion and the current acclaimed unified WBA and WBC super middleweight champion of the world, known as the heavy hitting diva, introducing Franchon Crews-Dezurn. And her opponent across the ring is the defending world champion, fighting out of the red corner, continuing wearing mint light green trunks. She weighed in at 174 pounds. A 2-time decorated Olympic gold medalist, she is undefeated in her campaign in the professional ranks with a record of 17 wins, no losses, 3 wins coming by way of knockout. Known as the greatest woman of all time, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the 5-division world champion, the 4-division undisputed world champion, and the current undefeated, reigning and defending, undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, introducing Clarissa Shields. Once again, the referee in charge of this bout, Sparkle Lee, now to give instructions.
Man, fight. Yeah, shit.
Became good friends, even business partners in a sense. All that changed when this fight was announced, and it really changed on Saturday when the two sides got in that nasty brawl at the weigh-in. Now, Franchon Crews-Dezurn is out to prove that she is the top heavyweight in women's boxing, but Clarissa Shields is to remind people that she's the best women's fighter in the world. The undisputed heavyweight champion versus the unified super middleweight champion. It doesn't get much bigger than this, and this looks an awful lot like...
Ooh, she gonna knock her out. She gonna knock her out. She gonna knock her out.
I didn't even have time to tell people that Michaela Mayer is joining us in the commentary booth.
Ooh, she's really going for it. Big overhand rights by both at the same time.
Okay, like you pointed this out earlier, but you would probably see exchanges like that that look reminiscent of that first fight.
Girl coming in like a killer.
Difficulties with Michaela's microphone. We'll get back to that in just a moment. Cruz deserving applying pressure here in the early going. Michaela, I hate to make you do that all over again, but now you have to work your microphone.
Did we fix it? Okay, there we go. But what I was saying, no, I knew because of the build-up and because of what went down at weigh-ins, that if anything, we were going to get a really exciting first round. And I hope it keeps up. I like that Franchon came right up to the center of the ring, pushed Clarissa up against the rope. Can't you do that for all 10 rounds?
Oh! Unloading right hands in both directions right now.
But if you pay attention, different than the first fight, Clarissa is really picking her spots. She's much more precise than she was in that fight 10 years ago.
That big right hand from Clarissa Shields coming right over the top. A second ago, you saw Franchon roll it out. That was an adjustment I wanted to see her make. She can't continue to take Clarissa's right hand. She's got to continue to roll, get on the angle, come back, or get her head off the line when she meets her with the same shot.
The issue in exchanges is the hand speed. Clarissa Shields has much quicker hands.
Big left hook by Shields and a right hand behind it. And what has been a firefight of an opening round.
Big four-punch combination from Clarissa. Franchon's being aggressive, but you have to be careful not to get caught in between the exchanges with that left hook. Clarissa's been very successful with that left hook right over the top, countering Franchon in the middle of the combinations.
Left hook to the body as well. Chris Mannix usually do this in the opening round, but when Clarissa can kind of reduce a fight to a series of tiger races like this, it's very difficult to get the best off as she backs through this around.
And Chris Mannix, you said it best, Clarissa Shields is a very high punch down. She's very fast. 4 girls at this weight class. A lot of the girls in this division can't keep up with that work rate. Franchon will throw 3, and Clarissa Shields will come back with 5 or 6 punches.
Yeah, I said at the very top, I love the idea of Franchon coming in trying to exchange with Clarissa Shields. That's exactly what the 4 rounds of the first fight looked like. Clarissa's hand speed is just superior. Her punch output, like Michaela said, is going to be more significant. She's got to fight behind that jab. I don't mind her being physical, pressing Clarissa against the ropes, but
well, there's that jab right there that you're talking about. It stops her. It stops Clarissa Shields from coming in. And sometimes maybe it's too easy, so people get away from it. Clarissa sometimes get away from that jab, but she loves that right hand so much. So Franchon's got to keep that jab in her face to stop her from landing that big one too.
Now she's got Buddy McGirt in the corner, and nobody talks about the jab more than Buddy McGirt.
The last 30 or 40 seconds is in microcosm what Franchon should be doing. She needs to bring it down to single shots back and forth, use her body physical, so Clarissa cannot let those combinations go, because that hand speed is really on display.
Drop it right here. Bang!
Yeah, straight down the
Ooh,
middle.
that was close to drop.
Shots a lot of the time, so the way you beat looping shots is you go right down in between them. That's how they're going to get there a lot faster. Franchon's got to keep that jab straight down the pipe and time that right hand right down the middle.
Oh, good overhand chopping right from Franchon Cruz. And it came off.
Yeah, Franchon's got to try to avoid those kind of spurts. Those are the kind of things that can rack up points, change the punch stats, really put her behind the 8 ball. She got to stick that jab, keep this fight on the outside.
And make it ugly on the inside.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to be in exchanges.
Yeah, I will say, Michaela, if we're looking for signs of hope for Franchon here, there's only a handful of opponents that Shields has had who have even been able to make adjustments at all. And we did see Cruz Deserve make some of them in that second round.
Yeah, we are seeing her make adjustments, and we're seeing her keep up the work rate. You know, she's not necessarily matching the punch count that Clarissa has, but she's doing better than a lot of Clarissa's opponents, and she's still game, she's still coming forward. Usually I would say push Clarissa Shields against the ropes. Anyone, I would say push your opponent against the ropes. You know, it's not good when your attack is on the ropes, and it looks good when you're the one pushing them against it. But Clarissa does so well against the ropes. Franchon tends to fall in and get counter. So I'd like to see her keep it in the center, keep the combination simple.
Chris Mannix, how is this looking to you so far? How do you have the score? I had 1-1 to start the game. I think Franchon threw the third. That last round, the base of the final, maybe a minute or so. Sticking that jab, landing some decent right hands. 1-1 so far. But a new round I'm looking at here in the third fight for us. She was just getting that right hand free, you know, and the chopping right hand there on the inside. And the hard body shot in that sequence as well.
Good move from Franchon.
Yeah, gives ground and then lands a good counter as a result. All of Franchon's success comes off the jab first. The lead jab has been setting up the right hand that she wants.
Yep, starts the jab and finishes the jab.
Yeah, when she lunges in the overhand shot, Claressa sees it coming, and they get tangled up. These exchanges, Claressa Shields has shown some real heavyweight power. 2 fights earlier, she knocked down Daniel Perkins in the last round of that fight, so she got some top of these heavyweights. Luz Deserve might have felt some of those shots, those machine gun combinations. Off the ropes, the same one.
She felt them all right. Wow. She was landing them all right.
She's a much better puncher at heavyweight.
Oh, sit down, bro.
I think she really found her power moving up in weight. I think that last 30 seconds in that round, Franchon definitely felt some shots.
You see Franchon's face starting to show the wear of those heavyweight punches. This is the kind of pace I think that Claressa Shields can fight at for 10 rounds. I'm not convinced yet that Franchon punches her in. You pay attention to Claressa in between rounds, so really focus on her breathing, getting her heart rate back down so you go out and perform at this high level once again, each and every time. Good right from the outside there by Shields. Well, Chris, going back to your point about Shields' power at heavyweight, one thing she pointed out in the fighter meeting as well. This is the first time she's had 2 shoulders in several fights. The way that she's letting these fights with both hands, I wouldn't be surprised.
Stop touching stuff right there, man. Don't go right there, man. Hey, stop touching stuff right there. Or you get my phone. I'm gonna take my shit.
Shields already over 100 power punches thrown. Yeah, Chris, to your point, the pace seems to be wearing much more on Cruz Deserve than it is Shields. Yeah, it seemed like in the first 2 rounds, she kind of unloaded her arsenal. Now, a little bit less of the output, whereas Claressa, that output's still there. 3-4 punch combination there from Shields. Back comes Deserve, and a short little right hand as well.
That right hand hook from Deserve, that's exactly what she needs to continue to throw. And meet Claressa Shields as she's coming in, catch her in between her shots. Claressa's getting confident with that right hand. We always see there's a point in Claressa Shields' fight, that turning point, where she really starts to feel that right hand and she starts to go for it. That's when Franchon is going to be successful with continuing the jab, right down, jab, double jab, then finish with the right hand and hook.
And if you notice, Franchon Cruz Deserve on that right knee area, looks like she got some kinesio tape wrapping it. Maybe she took a bit of a fall at the weigh-in on Saturday. Maybe some minor injury there that she's dealing with going into this fight.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry.
The doctor, this Hogan, we can look at her face and oh, good old man right there for Shields. That comes Cruz Deserve.
They're both throwing their head off the line when they're throwing that right hand.
That slip and rip that Claressa does. She slips outside the right hand, takes that left hook to the liver. Thing of beauty. Yeah, to your point, they're both technically sound. Very, very sharp, great hand position, getting their head off line, like you said. Oh, beautiful stuff there for Shields. The tail of the body language, Cruz Deserve really has changed over the last round and a half.
It's that's getting busy. That's what I'm talking about. Getting busy on 4 them grades. Busy. No. That's like that when you doing. You worry about the wrong stuff.
My name is Sherlock Holmes. I've always been more of a thinker than a fighter. I'm in Oxford now. Kids gonna have to. I'm curious why I'm being set up for murder. For a smart boy, work it out.
Opioid addiction gets between you and what you love. Once monthly Sublocade may help.
Yeah, Franchon has a tendency when she gets in, she kind of smothers her punches and ties up instead of dropping her knees and digging down to the body. she would have a lot more success. She let her combinations go to the head, and then started to roll and dig to the body, but instead she's there for Clarissa's counter. And it's hard to get away with it when Fred Trump throws 3 punches and Clarissa Shields comes back with 8 or 9.
And if indeed Cruz is working with a draining battery here, and she's on the shots that Shields is focusing on here in the 5th, they're not helping her. Yeah, I love that little slip, that hook to the body. She's done that 3 times this round.
Big right hand coming from Clarissa. That was the 3rd one in a row. That one landed to finish.
Again, right over the top. As the seconds tick away here in the 5th, the momentum swinging heavily in favor of the Wolf. Deep breath from Clarissa Shields, and we're back to action here in the 6th round. You hear the drums in between rounds, and guys, this really is a special atmosphere here too. And there's something to be said about that Shields home field advantage in Detroit. It sounds different. There's a vibe here in this arena that is different from most fighters in boxing today. As Shields piling up the jabs. Chris Mannix, how do you have the score so far?
Yeah, I've got Clarissa Shields firmly in control now, 49-46. Thought the first 2 rounds were competitive. A lot of back and forth those first 2 rounds. Both fighters bringing punches, but the gas tank of Clarissa Shields is just far superior right now. She seems fresh, her combinations are sharp, and it just feels like there's a different look on the face of Franchon Crews-Dezurn over these last 2 rounds. At 49-46 on my scoreboard.
The more that Franchon has gotten away from the jab, the more we're seeing Clarissa Shields walking her down, coming in the front door, and unloading with combinations off great balance.
And a good jab. I expect her to come out this round with the Shield and start living about that right hand because I know she gets knocked with it. But she started off really good jab, staying behind the jab.
That was
Again, that's a great jab.
So we talked about promos a moment ago. Another big right hand there from Shields. Shields at that point, outlanded Crews-Dezurn 112-62. And those numbers are climbing right now as Shields is putting it all together here in the 6th.
I think that the referee and the corner is looking very closely at Crews-Dezurn here. She's getting hit with a lot of leather.
A lot of it is the foot balance too. You see Clarissa, she's able to throw 5, 6, 7, 8 punches with her feet staying underneath her.
She never breaks position.
She does it, and more so than I've ever seen her actually. And we were really impressed in this fight. Franchon tends to throw a few punches but then fall in with it. She can't counter and come back.
Round 7 underway. It was undisputed heavyweight world title fight. The champion, Clarissa Shields, taking on the unified super middleweight champion, Franchon Crews-Dezurn.
Crews-Dezurn is game as they come. He's coming out, trying to establish that jab once again.
Yeah, to that point, I think Crews-Dezurn has gotten a reputation of being a sloppy fighter, but I think that this fight shows she's made a lot of adjustments on that end. She's landing clean shots, a lot more technically down. I don't see her falling in as much as she used to. But one thing I really would like, what I think would help her nullify Clarissa Shields' attacks is turning. I mean, you don't want to stand right in front of someone like Clarissa Shields because she'll unleash for, again, for 8 or 9 or 10 punches. So Franchon Crews-Dezurn should be turning, should be staying on that angle, punching, rolling out, not standing right in front of her to be hit.
Well, and Taylor, you talked about this before, the familiarity between these two, right? And you pointed out, Franchon every once in a while could do something to break Clarissa's momentum. The question is, does she have the energy left to do that consistently down the stretch?
Yeah, I said this is going to be had to be a very disciplined fight for Franchon Crews to win. You know, she has to stay disciplined for the entire 10 rounds. And stick to the game plan.
Between the pace and the body work by Shields, you just see the energy level of Crews-Dezurn. He's got body going down and down each round. Good body shot again. Really tricky shot there. That left hook to the liver. Nice shot there by Franchon. There's a left hook upstairs.
I mean, Diva still sneaking a shot in.
That's what I mean by being engaged. You're still punching with Clarissa even though she can't keep up with the game speed.
Well, not that they needed any encouragement here, but Clarissa Shields firing the crowd up even more as round 8 begins. how do you have this one scored so far?
Yeah, 69-64. Pretty easy fight to score over these last 5 rounds. Just too much activity, too much accuracy from Claressa Shields. Franchon's trying out there. She's still landing some decent shots in between these punches, but we're looking at like a 4 or 5 to 1 accuracy gap right now for Claressa Shields. 69-64 on my part.
Michaela Shields starting to really double up on that left hook as well. With the body and head.
I was just going to say, we know she's got a right hand, and usually when you're coming up in the game plan for a fighter, you see we're in the strongest, and you move away from that power shot. Claressa's throwing power shots with both hands right now. She's going to be throwing the bottom hand to the left hook, and then she's hitting that big right hand over the top. And it's confusing Franchon on which way to go. The standing right in front isn't any better. You got to pick a side and stay on the angle and keep turning.
To your point, this is the most complete version of Claressa Shields that I've ever seen when it comes to the jab, the left hand, the right hand, and the positioning game that she's playing has been excellent at. Sitting down the punches, you can see the influence of the John David Jackson on Claressa Shields. John David Jackson teaches power punching and how to fighter like Sergey Kovalev. It's taking some time, but Claressa really developed some real confidence shots.
You could have knocked that ass out. He beat that hard out,
Super fast.
I caught it, right?
Shot again there from Shields.
Bang, here you go. Bang, bang. I see the knockout.
Here's that 10-second marker. She fires a combination. Big right hand over the top.
Two to go here in our main event. Jazz, seconds of the round. Michaela realistically will probably at a point for Cruz Dezern where she needs either a parade of knockdowns or a knockout. Do you see anything that maybe she could be doing to create an opening for something like that?
Well, yeah, at this point, whether you either got to get a knockout or you probably won't win the fight, but you still have to adjust. Right now, standing in front of Claressa Shields isn't the way to go. I think Franchon had a little bit of success in the first round or two when she was pushing Claressa Shields back. I mean, Claressa Shields best, she can come forward and time you. Push her back, make her rough. Either that or get on your toes and box and move. But I just don't think standing in front of her, you're going to come out in the match that way.
Great shoulder movement, upper body rhythm shown by Shields. Consistently slipping and ripping and firing off these shots, getting back to that jab. But she's on that jab. She's really difficult to deal with.
Well, and Chris, we're seeing a pattern here too, right? Even as Cruz Dezern is trying to apply pressure coming behind her jab, Shields is able to throw second and third. So she can counter and then come right back and back Cruz Dezern up.
It's her base. She doesn't break position when she's being defensive in front of you.
Yeah, Franchon jab can't be a lazy jab, it can't be a soft jab because you'll see Claressa Shields come right over the top like she did with Daniel Perkins with that knockdown, the big hit overhead right. It's got to be a stiff, hard jab to stop her in her tracks.
To the body there for Franchon. Cruz Dezern with the left hand.
10 seconds around. The body work from Shields continues.
Shields slipping and ripping offense and defense together.
2 minutes.
15 rounds, the end of the center ring. Round 10.
10th and the final round. 10 years later.
Drop that right there.
Much like she did in 2016. Dominant here tonight against Franchon Cruz Dezern. Chris Mannix, I have an idea of how you have it scored. How do you have it scored?
She's just been a deep job over these last 6 rounds. Dominant. Claressa's accuracy has been on point. Franchon just has not been able to find an answer for that hand speed and that activity. 89-82, but it takes something special in this last minute. Franchon Cruz Dezern to win this fight. He's had a good opening minute in this last round, has Franchon. Give it a pat. Shields against the rope. Use her body physically pin her down. And that body shots up on both sides.
Yeah, she started right off like this in the first round. I think that's probably what she should
not generating a lot of power there on the inside. Look there from Shields. Back down to the body. Shields saying, come on. Let's go for it in the closing 40 seconds. Big right hand over the top for Shields. Just clubbing away on Cruz DeZern. Grant Johnson's toughest big problem.
There you go, Cruz. Should have looked for that big right hand. He's going to finish this night. He's a knockout. But Cruz DeZern is definitely one of the toughest shows.
Their stories are forever intertwined.
How fresh are the games at the all-new Wind Creek Casino? So fresh.
When a migraine strikes and I've taken a trip down, side effects like dizziness can throw me off.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of action, we go to the scorecards. The judges are in agreement with a unanimous decision.
Oh, girl,
All
got
three
TV all
judges
over
scored
the house.
out the same, 100 to 90. All three in favor of the winner. And still, the undefeated, undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, the greatest woman of all time, Claressa Shields.
How she win?
Congratulations. 10 years have gone by. You've gone 14 rounds now with Franchon Cruz DeZern and have not lost a single one of them. Did this feel like picking up right where you left off in 2016?
No, it felt like I had to take my time. Franchon hits hard, man, and she's tough. You got to be very tricky with her. Like I said, she was trying to cause the upset today and got me with some shots, but Franchon is exactly who thinks she is, a heavy-hit diva. And that's one of the best fights that I've been in my professional career, especially at 10 rounds. It was fun. I had to watch my ass every round.
The first 2 rounds of this fight, she came right at you. Seemed to be throwing a lot of punches at you. What kind of adjustment did you need to make in those first couple of rounds?
I wanted to make sure I could get her timing on her jab. Franchon may be shorter than me, but she's longer. I always have been like that since our amateur days. She got a real good stick, and when she put it out there, her right hand come right behind it. So, like I said, I had to watch myself, and I had to be real tricky with her. I think today I showcased my skills, my offense, my defense, my body shots, and almost had her out round 7, but she just won go.
Yeah, the body shots were terrific all throughout. Did you feel like that body attack was starting to take something out of her as this fight progressed?
Yes, I think it was round 6, 7, I was like, she's getting ready to go. And I tried to step on the gas. I think I just wasn't punching enough in round 7, 8, 9. So I go back to my camp and get back in the gym and get in better shape than what I am now. And like I said, I can beat these girls unanimously, all of them. I'm trying to get a knockout, and I tried hard tonight. I want to thank all 18,000 fans that came tonight. I love y'all. I cannot believe what I saw when I came out here. I want to thank my team, Coach John, Coach Key, Win Records, League Promotion. I want to thank God, and just everybody who just uplifted me in this camp and gave me a good word. This was a tough camp, emotionally, spiritually, dealing with family and dealing with haters, but God always win at the end, and I'm happy that I'm here.
Saw kind of a nasty scene between you 2 guys on Saturday. The teams got into a bit of a fight there. You even barked at her corner, I think, after the 6th round. Did that change your approach coming into this fight? What happened over the weekend?
Absolutely not. What happened over the weekend with the little dog, whatever, that was something that was like me and Franchon control. We as fighters, and we can't control other people. I think that she held herself right after I pushed her. I think I held myself right. I think that just the teams got a little heated, and that's what happened. But I'm happy that nobody got hurt. And if I could go back in time, I wouldn't even push her because I didn't want that to happen. And I got real love for
Make sure y'all stay tuned.
If I was my sister in this world,
she did her thing. 1, 2, 3.
and she was right there with me when I was getting